Alright traders, I'm back again with another video and just want to take time today to show you a live trade I'm in. US dollar Swiss franc 4-hour time frame you're looking at here, and on my chart you could see this trend line on the 4-hour time frame. And basically I entered this trade based off of a few things I'm going to show you. Number one, I told you about using the RSI. That's what you have on the bottom of the chart here, this indicator RSI. You can see where RSI bounced on the 50 level. That 50 level, when we're trending, RSI bounced on the 50 level, couldn't break that level, hooked on that level, and that's where I looked to enter the trade, because also I had something else that I bounced off of. While that bounced off of the 50 level, price bounced off of this Kijinsen here, so that was going to hold as resistance. Okay, my trend line showing me that we're in a downtrend along with being underneath of the cloud. So being underneath of the cloud, we're just going to be looking for short opportunities. We won't be looking for anything long. Now if price moves up above this cloud, it'll break this trend line, then we'll look, our bias will change. But right now we're bearish and just looking for bearish opportunities. So here's the right now I'm making 31 pip profit on this trade right now. But let me show you how this hook looks again. When you have your chart, your view out a little bit more, you could see when you have a bigger view, you could see where price hit this 50 and how it hooks like that. Okay, and you can see this is where that level is, so we'll move in tight to look at this. So one of our trading opportunities is a Kijinsen bounce, right? So that's what we got here, but we got a little confirmation with the bounce of the 50 level also. So looking at the Kijinsen bounce, we want to get some confirmation after the bounce. So what happened? Price moved up, bounced on the Kijinsen right here, and then the next candle didn't close above that level. It closed within that candle. So I took the trade. A lot of times you wait for a price to close below that candle that bounced off of that level. When I got this red candle, I took the trade. I have my stop loss up here. I had a 20 pip stop loss. So 20 pip stop loss and a 32 pip profit already. I'm doing pretty good. Now I'm looking for a few things here. I'm looking for price to break this level here. This is my daily Kijinsen level. When we get to the daily, I'll show you that. But I'm not I need to break this level. I need to get below this level for this trade to continue downwards for me, in my opinion. And I think we could ride it all the way back down to this level again, pretty much close to this. Down here you see the previous week, the previous month low. So we'll look around in that area for the price to drop that low again. If we break above the cloud and break through this trend line here, then we can have quite possibly a long pretty good long opportunity. And I'm going to show you on a daily time frame. Daily time frame, we're inside the cloud, so we're pretty neutral. And price, I'm not sure if this Kijinsen level is holding. Okay, you can see this Kijinsen level, price is bouncing on that level right now, so we need to see price get below this level here and then come outside of that cloud. Then we're definitely would be a good short trade. Now if price doesn't go any farther downwards, we're going to hold support here at this level where this Kijinsen is, this daily Kijinsen, and then price may start to attack this trend line again and break above this cloud. So then we would have a nice long opportunity. Okay, and that'll be it could be just a major pullback or change of trend. We'd have to wait and see what the market's going to do. All right, so that's looking at that on the daily time frame. But I'm looking to get through there and get down here. Need to break this blue line level. That's going to be my daily Kijinsen. If I can break that level, then we can ride this trade a little farther. If not, we're going to have trouble breaking that level. We're inside the cloud. We're going to have trouble breaking through that level, so the price may eventually move upwards and break upwards and continue upwards. But there's nothing showing me that there's a change of that trend direction really. But we do have price above the Kijinsen, so that is one indication that there could be a change. And see, prices come above Kijinsen before, but you didn't get the change of direction, and that doesn't mean we're going to get the change. But price isn't above that that trend line here. Price isn't above the cloud. Price came above the cloud but never could stay above the cloud. You see here it broke above the cloud pretty good, came back down though. Here price held the resistance level of the cloud held, and here the resistance level of the cloud held. All right, and price continued to move downwards. So we want to see what's going to happen here. Now if price attacks the cloud again and we get through that level, then maybe this is going to be a major pullback, or else maybe it started to change the trend direction. Because see, you have this here. I don't know if we're going to consider this a high here, because price came down, then it retraced, then came down, retraced. So this high, and then you have another high that's higher. So if price makes another high outside of the cloud, then yes, our trend direction has changed. And being above that daily, on the daily time frame, our direction has changed. Our bias has changed to bullish. All right, so that's something to look at. But most things happen from the smaller time frames up. So you go from the smaller time frame up, seeing where it happened. But you get a lot of your support and resistance levels with your daily time frame. So your higher time frame will tell you your overall bias, your overall direction. But your short-term immediate trends, you could look at that with the short-term charts. So going back down to the 4-hour time frame, our bias is bearish. You know, we're underneath the cloud, we're underneath the Kijinsen. There's no change of trend based off of the Kijinsen resistance level. So we'll continue to do what the market is telling us. All right, as long as Ichimoku tells us to stay short, we'll stay short. Now if we get a close below this levels here, and this is what's our trade is going to be hindered with right here. So we want to see price get through that level. Now if price breaks this level, this here level, breaks past this previous week's low, this will be another opportunity to get into the trade again, and then you could look to ride that trade even deeper down to maybe this level, because this is going to be the major level of support right here that's going to hold us up. So if we can get through that level, this will be a very strong trade. All right, and looking at that level, you could see the previous week's low and the Kijinsen level. So we need to get below that level, and then we can ride this down. Now like I said, we entered on the Kijinsen bounce. So we bounced on the Kijinsen, and we looked at the level of the RSI. It's below the 50 level. We don't want to take a long trade, we want to take a short trade. If RSI is below the 50 level, price is below the Kijinsen and below the cloud, we want to be going short. So that's definitely telling us to be in a short trade. If price was above the Kijinsen and the cloud, and RSI was above the 50 level, then we would want to take a long trade. Alright, so that's how you can stay on the right side of the market basically. Alright, so that's just looking at this USD Swiss franc trade, and showing you guys how you guys could also look for opportunities. I'll show you another trade that I was looking at. It hasn't moved as much yet. This is the pound dollar 4-hour time frame. Thing about the pound dollar, I'm going to show you on the daily time frame why I didn't like it as much. But you could see as I moved the chart out a little bit more, you could see the hook right here where price bounced off, where the RSI bounced off of that 50 level, made that hook. This is where you want to enter the trade. So right here we came down, the Kijinsen level held, so that was a bounce. You get in on this one here, on this candle here, because you had your green candle, then here entered, bounced, and price would be here. So you'd be in the profit right now, and you put your stop loss a little below the this fractal level right here. Alright, so you got support resting with the cloud here. You got your support of your Kijinsen. Price is above, price is above the Kijinsen, and RSI is above the 50 level. So what you would look for is for price to continue up to this level, and then up to this monthly time frame level, this previous month's high level, and then hopefully break that level. Now what got to me on the daily time frame when I looked at this whole thing is this chart. This pair is in a range right now, and that range is why I didn't want to take this trade. So let me show you this, and you could see the range pretty much. Let's draw it out. So we're pretty much in this range here. And being in that range, um, being that we were in that range, what happened here is you could see price came down, bounced on that level, went back up, came down, bounced on this level, and now it went back up and bounced off of this level. So I didn't want to take the trade because it was kind of like in between this level. We hit this level and it looks like price was attempting to come back down to this level. So I don't know if that long trade was going to hold up or if price was going to come back down and go back through into the cloud and bounce on this level back here. So the real thing on the daily time frame, you want to see price get above this box, get outside of get outside of the box here. So you want to get above this level here and below this here level. So basically you'll be below the cloud and you'll be above this previous month's high. Break that previous month's high. That's holding as a strong resistance point right now. You can see that right there. And the cloud is holding up as a strong support level. All right, along with this previous month's low. That previous month's low is really holding. So we're in between the previous month high and the previous month low right now. And we need to break one of those levels. All right. And that previous month low is that dashed green line there. The previous month high is that dashed red line. So we're in between those levels. We're bouncing on those levels. We've been bouncing on those levels for quite a while. All right, pretty much since September. We need to bust out of that box, and then this will be a nice trade either way. But that's all I have right now, traders. Just looking at some things, let you guys see what I'm looking at. Those are the two main pairs that I'm looking at. Taking that pound dollar to the 4-hour time frame and look at that a little deeper. And US dollar Swiss franc, will just continue to watch that and make sure we take some profit in case price decides to go the opposite way on us. But hopefully you guys are learning a little something, and that's the trade I'm in, and we'll see what happens. But until next time, traders, God bless. So long.